would I be if I put my young fowl in harm's way for no reason except a chance at a Caribbean vacation?
I don't want to miss out on life because you're afraid to leave this pond.
Illumination Entertainment's brand new movie, Migration, just finally hit theaters, and I've been very excited to watch this because my girlfriend, she is the biggest bird nerd that I know, and it's been rubbing off on me. I even heard before entering this movie that we were going to be following an actual migration. However, this movie, and according to my girlfriend, there's actually not much to learn here. Scientifically speaking, it's not really the most educational movie. There are a couple of interesting things. They use a rehab technique within the film that implements into a very good plot device, but otherwise, this movie, it is the most flat piece of media that I've ever seen. There's not really a story. Yes, there are characters who learn and grow, but without anything of a surface level guiding this film, it's just really hard to be able to recommend this movie to much of anyone. But the animation of the characters, the rigging, the birds being able to move side and side, flying around, those scenes still stick really, really well. If you've ever seen Attack on Titan and they're zooming around in their ODM gear, it's essentially like that, but with birds flying around. I felt like I was actually there with a mallard flying right by my face. It was so magical. It was so much fun. That shot was really special and cool, but that's really about it. It doesn't add a lot of emotional value or emotional integrity. Now, one of the hardest aspects about this movie for me to swallow as the viewer is the villain, and then also being able to latch on to the main characters themselves. The villain, it's very one-dimensional. It's a human character, and they do the most cartoonishly evil things to catch these mallards so that he can serve them at his restaurant. It's very Illumination bad guy level, and he was just so intent on catching these birds. Now, if there was an actual motive behind it, like maybe these birds were holding on to a magic jewel, or they knew information that he needed, something that made it important to catch these specific mallards and to go after them, then yes, I feel like I could have bought into this character. The main characters, you just feel like they're safe the entire movie. There's no stakes. I mean, they are migrating from a safe place that they really, really want to stay in, and they want to go to Jamaica. And that's the plot of this movie. It's very simple. Just a group of mallards migrating to Jamaica from some pond near New York City, I believe, some big city. You would expect a lot of adventure, essentially traveling across the nation. I mean, it's literally a road trip movie, but with animated birds. This movie should have been so much fun and so much more, and yet the entirety of it is so flat, except for the animation. Again, it's so just beautiful to watch. Overall art style, animation, the rigging process, the modeling of the characters, actually pretty darn good too. I don't like celebrity voice casts. I think Chris Pine as the new Garfield, and then also him being a lot of these other characters like Mario. I just feel like it's kind of a waste. There are so many professional voice actors out there who deserve a shot at not only bringing these characters to life, but also making their careers also kick off. I'm tired of seeing the same actors over and over and over again. For instance, we have Kumail Nanjiani and as well as Elizabeth Banks in this movie. Both of them, I could have replaced them in my head and not really have cared. Their presence in the movie, they don't make or break it for me. It kind of feels like Kumail is reading from a script, as if he's asking questions rather than stating expressions. And he's just not really that memorable. Elizabeth Banks' character also just a pretty typical, normal character. The only characters that stand out are the kids. They're the ones that the kids watching this movie are gonna latch onto. And the adventures that they do go on in this movie, they just aren't fun. The art as wide as an ocean, the story as deep as a puddle. I know that was a big issue with the Super Mario Bros. Movie, is that there actually wasn't much of a story. But again, in that movie, there were characters to enjoy, and there was a background property, Mario, that it was based off of, so a lot of people were more lenient. However, with this movie, it's not based on any one thing, just the migration pattern of a family of birds. And then you don't even learn much of anything, and if you do, you have to be told about it after the movie, which is super duper unfortunate. Is it one of the prettiest movies of the year? Heck yes. Again, Illumination is killing the game with their movies. I just feel like they need to hire on an amazing scriptwriter, and they could be the next big thing. Look, overall, I believe that they have a lot of potential as a studio, and it just seems very unfair to watch them squander it. With the talent they have on board, they can just keep growing. growing and advancing, and I don't know why they're not. If anything, I have to give this movie a straight up 5 out of 10. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if it were just art and animation alone, but because this is a movie, a story that we, the audience, have to watch and follow along with, I honestly can't recommend this movie to most people out there. Thank you guys so much for watching my movie review on Migration. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like. It does help out a lot, and also be sure to hit that subscribe button for more movie reviews and other videos shortly to come in the following year. It's New Year's, and this might be my last movie review of the year. 2023, my first year of reviewing movies, essentially weekly. My first full year of reviewing. I started in 2022, but coming full circle here, I'm sure I'm gonna make like a top 10 movies. But yeah, it's so weird to see this year wrap up the way it has started to where it is now. I'm so happy I stuck with this, and I'm still making content on YouTube, live streaming. But from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everyone who has been sticking with me this long, through the ups, through the downs, through the lulls. And 2023 is a year to remember, especially for this YouTube channel. So thank you again for all making that happen, for making this year so memorable. Take care, everybody. Happy holidays, happy New Year, and I'll see you all in the next one. Austin out.